In the previous video, we have learned introduction of MS Excel and we have learned what are all the options available under File button. Now, let us get into the Home ribbon button. What are all the commands available? We'll practice with sample data and how they work. So, Home tab in Microsoft Excel. So, this information I have given it for your information. You can refer to it. Now let me get into the home button. First I will show you font. So when you enter any data, let me take sample data 1. So I have here sample data 1. I would like to take this data to the new workbook. For creating new workbook, Ctrl+N is the shortcut key. I just copy pasted the data. So how do we copy data? So here in MS Excel, if you wanted to do anything, data selection is must. If you wanted to perform or apply any command, data selection is must. Or else, whatever the command or action you wanted to take, that will be applied only for the active cell. So here I have selected data. How do we select data? So I am holding Control Shift, right arrow, down arrow. I got selected the data. Instead else you can use the Ctrl+A to select the entire data. Simple way, how do we learn shortcut keys? For example, I would like to select my entire data. Ctrl+A is the shortcut key. Now I would like to make my headers as unbold. So I'll select my headers. I'll just click on Alt. Whenever I click on Alt, there are keys have been displayed for all the ribbon buttons. Now I'll select Home. Under Home there is an option called B. If it's already bold, it will make it as a unbold. If it's not bold, then it will make it as a bold. I'll click on one option, so my headers have become unbold. So there is a shortcut key for doing that. Whenever you place a cursor, it will show you what is the shortcut key for that particular command. Make your text bold. I'll select Ctrl+B. So similar way, we have Ctrl+I for italic, Ctrl+E for underscore, and borders we have. So within the borders we have various options. If you wanted to go there, all these options we have available. Now let me select this data. So how do we select? Ctrl+A. Now I would like to copy. There is an option called copy. For shortcut key, Ctrl+C. Copy. Now I have opened new workbook, so I would like to paste it. There is an option called paste or Ctrl+V. So if I click on paste, my data has been pasted. Now here I have data. I would like to make it fit to column or fit to width. Okay, how do we make it that? There is an option called fit to column width or auto fit with width. So for that shortcut key, so select the data Alt O C A. That means your data will expand to fit to the particular cell. Now I would like to selected data, I would like to make it as a bold. Okay, so let me select all the names. I would like to make it as a bold. Here I can make it. I would like to make it as a italic. So that means your letter will be slightly what do you say, turn to the maybe some degrees. Okay, 45 degrees or something like that. You can make, if you want to underline selected text, if you wanted to have a double underline also, you can do that. Now I wanted to go back to the normal text. I am using the Control Z for undo it. If you wanted to undo any command, Ctrl+Z. Okay. Now I would like to change my font style. Okay, I have here. I have selected data. I would like to choose font style as a different font style, and increase font style, decrease font style, you can use it. For example, if I would like to have a 10.2 or 10.8, you can just enter it. That will take it. Now how do we expand or fit into the cells data? Alt O C A. Next, I would like to apply borders. So here I have already borders. Okay, no need of applying. In case when I have a text like this, okay, I have copied, then I would like to paste here. Alt, okay. Though whenever you copy, if you see here, there is a paste. Under paste, there are various options available under paste. If you do normal paste, your data will be copied as it is. Now I do not want as it is. I would like to copy with the different formats, paste special values, and I will show you. If you click on here, paste special, if you see here paste special, there are various options available, paste and operations. So if you want values, if you select values, so here if you see here, only values will be copied. Because if you see in the previous sheet from where I copied, here I have a data which has formats, colors, borders, everything, right? But whenever I select a paste special values, I got only text. So similar way, if you wanted to copy only formulas or if you wanted to copy only formats, so first select data, go to the another sheet. So Alt E yes to get the paste special window. If you see here, instead of values, if you wanted to copy only formats, yes, you can copy that. If I click on it, see my data not copied, only formats of that particular data has been copied. So what are all the formats it has? Background color, borders, okay, all these whatever the formats I have, only that formats have been copied. So similar way, you select here, now I have this data, okay, I would like to apply these formats to this data. Alt E yes to get the paste special window, you select only formats. So without using, how can we select? There are, for each and every option there is a letter underscore with underline with one particular letter, right? Now you just click on that particular letter and enter. See, my formats have been copied. See, your data could be anything, you want only format to be copied. Similar way, I have copied here data. Now Alt ES. So I would like to copy only values formats. If I would like to copy only comments and notes, you can copy only comments and notes. If you see here in my data, I have some comments and notes. I will show you how we can add comments and notes. Next, let me select this data once again. I'll go to the new sheet. So paste special, you can go it from here, or you can, if you wanted to link that data, so all using source theme, all except borders. If you wanted to copy everything except borders, yes, you can select. If you see this one, my data has been copied as it is but without borders. Okay, so you can select data, control C, copy. Next I will go to the next sheet. Let me go to paste special. If you wanted to copy column widths, okay, you can do that. If you wanted to copy formulas and numbers, you can do that. If you wanted to copy only values and number formats, you can do that as well. So let me copy only column widths. So whatever the column width I have, the same will be copied here. If you see, name has column width as a little bigger than other columns, right? The same column width has been copied. Now we learned about paste special, how to do copy paste. Now if you see under the paste special window, there are various other options. So I will show you. First, let me select any data. I will put it here. See, in order to activate paste special, you have to copy the data first. See, if you don't copy this one, this is been disabled, right? Now as soon as I copy data, it is enabled. If you see here paste special, So we have operations as well. I would like to show you operations how this works. Paste link also I will explain you. For example, I have this data. Okay, let me create a new workbook. Alt E. Yes, I am getting the paste special window. I would like to make it as a links. So what is the point of creating as a links? Okay, let me go back. Control C, Alt S. Just click on links, paste links. So I'll get data here, but my links have been copied here. So links have been copied. For example, if I change any data here, okay, mobile number, something like that, my data will be changed in the other sheet or other workbook as well. So that is how we can link data from within the workbook or one workbook to another workbook. If you delete something here, let me delete it here, your data will be deleted here as well. Okay. Next, other option which we have here, for example, I have, let me get into the another workbook. So here I have operator bill. I would like to add 100 rupees to every bill amount, every operator bill. So how can we do it? With one shot, using the operation under paste special. I am just copying 100. Then where I wanted to add it, I will select the range, Alt yes, I will get the paste special window. There is an option called add. Just click on D, that option will be selected. For each and every cell, 100 rupees will be added. You see here 100 rupees being added. Okay. So similar way, I would like to multiply with 2. Okay. So I'll see Control C. I'll select my entire customer bill, Alt yes. There is an option called multiply here. Select multiply, just enter. So all the numbers have been multiplied by 2. Similar way, we have other option. For example, I would like to deduct 50 rupees from all the bill, all operator bill and customer bill. So let me select first, Control C. I am copying that 50 rupees. Now select the range where you wanted to perform. Alt yes to get the pay special window. Subtract, there is an option. You can do divide as well. Give OK. So for everyone 50 rupees has been deducted. Do you see? Now I have this data like this. Okay. I wanted to transpose this data. What do you mean by transpose? Transposing data from column to row, row to column. So let me insert another sheet. So Alt E yes, there is an option called transpose. Just click on E, your transpose will be selected. If we click OK, your data has been transposed from column to row, row to column. Do you see? Whenever you have a data, you wanted to transpose data from row to column, column to row, or vice versa, you can use the transpose option which is available under paste special. Okay, so if you wanted to go to manually, you can click here, there is a paste special. If you wanted to go to using shortcut keys, Alt E yes. Okay, Alt E yes. Now next option, I would like to, okay, let me copy this data as a normal data, that is only text. Okay, now I would like to apply properties, whatever the properties I have here. So I will use the format painter. Here we have a format painter, right? Just select this one, control paste it. Your formats, whatever the formats you have it, only those formats will be copied here. Here data can be anything. So let me take this data again, let me put it my name Surendra something. So I will change everything to some text or some okay, let me take this one to the new sheet. Okay, now I want only formats to be copied, however the whatever the formats I have it here. So just click on it, format painter. Now go and apply here. You see, whatever the formats we have it, only those formats have been enabled for the each and every cell as it is. This is where we use Format Painter. Now I have a data, we learnt font, then I would like to change the my cell color, fill color. If I wanted to choose, I can choose the fill color. Since see, if you don't select the data, only the command will take it for active cell. So active cell means wherever I place a cursor, we call it as an active cell. Now I would like to fill all this data with different color. Let me choose any color. So my data has been filled with different color, all my range, whatever the range. So here if you ask me, this is the range which we have selected. Now I would like to make this font to the different color. Which color you would like to make it, you can select it. Whichever the color you make it, to that color it will be converted. Now we have here increase font size, decrease font size. Okay, there are two options. If you increase, you see your font is increasing. If you wanted to decrease, you can decrease it based on your requirement. However you want, you can have it. Now we have alignments here. Under alignments we will cover one by one. So what are all the options available under alignments? Now if you wanted to have text in the, okay, let me expand and show you how these alignments looks like. Okay, this is how my data has. Now let me select my data. Now after selecting my data, I am just would like to fit into the width. Alt O C A shortcut key to fit the width. Now if I select here in a cell where I want data, so top, if I want middle, you see, if you want bottom. So similarly, if you want left alignment, right alignment, middle alignment, okay, there are these options where you wanted to have it. Okay, if I want top of my cell, yes, you can use. If you want center of my cell, you can. And if you want left alignment, the entire data left alignment, center alignment, right alignment. The way however you want, you can align your data based on that. Now customer name, I would like to have it in the different angle. Okay, angle counterclockwise, I can change it. Okay, the way how I want. If you want in the different angle, anti-clockwise, you can choose it. Vertical if you want, horizontal if you want. Anyway, by default it will be in the horizontal. And rotate text if you want, you can use it based on your requirement. Okay, you see here customer name. Okay, see, sometimes you would have seen how to write, I mean, we would have written letters or words in a different angle, right? Yes, we can do that as well. Next option which we have, see here we have format cell alignments. If you wanted to format, so here you can choose, and you can choose how many degrees you want. Okay, for example, if I want like this, just give okay. This is how your text for the selected range it will be highlighted. Next we have an option called indent. Okay, decrease indent, increase indent, right? So where do we use this one, indent? Okay, let me show you where do we use this one. For example, I have this data, right? Let me copy data from the cell, our practice file. Here I have this data, right? Getting to know. So if you see here, my 2 is heading, under that there is a data. It is little towards right. If you wanted to increase that indent, see, this is how you can move data. If you want it in the same column, you can have it. You can increase indent, you can decrease indent, but you have to select the data for which cells you wanted to increase, decrease indent. Okay, here it says move your contact uh, farther away from the cell border. That is how you can increase, decrease. See, whenever you place a cursor here, what it's going to do, that command, it will give you the brief about that particular command. Next we have a option called wrap text. So where do we use this wrap text? Okay, let me take, I have this text. Okay, let me add this as well to the same line. Now if I expand, it is expanding my column like this, right? But I do not want to expand like this. I want this particular text to be displayed in two rows within the cell. If you click on wrap text, select data, wrap text. This is how you can use the wrap text. So within the cell, it will show it as multiple, I mean two different rows. See, it depends on kind of data, how you want it to show it. You can choose it wrap text. Now I have a cap details. I would like to have a header saying that cap details. Now I want this header in the middle and merge all the columns. So you can select all the columns. There is an option called merge and center. You can select merge and center. Okay, so that will merge and center. Now you can have whatever the options you wanted to use it, increase. This is how you can create a header. So any text, if you wanted to have a merge and center, for example, here instead of cap details, I wanted to split to the various things. One is customer details, one is billing details. I would say billing details. So let me unmerge that. Okay, there is an option called unmerge cells. Okay, so okay, let us have under cap details. I would like to have another subheadings. So first unmerge this cell. Here I will say customer details, merge and center. See you, customer details. Now I would like to have a source. So here I will put SOUS source details. So I am merging. So here I would like to have a billing info. Billing info. So if you wanted to change it back your formats, so I'll make it 12. Then I would like to have with different color. Let me choose any other color. You can choose whichever the color you want. Okay, this is how you can use the options merge and center. Then merge across. So merge across, for example, if you wanted to have, let me take this one, let me select unmerge, then merge across is there, right? So unmerge this first. Merge across means, so the whatever you have selected range, that will merge the across to the selected range. Next we have merge cells. For example, you wanted to uh, merge some particular cells together. Let me take here we have, right? If you wanted to merge cells, you can do that. See, within the data, okay, let us take all the Mumbai. I want to have a one Mumbai. Just select the range, merge cells. So instead of having Mumbai in the multiple places, you can have one Mumbai. You can merge the multiple cells. For example, I would like to merge all these cells as one cell. Select that, merge cells. All cells will be merged to one cell. The lines which you see, these are the grid lines. They are not actually borders. So okay, these are the some of the options which are available under alignment. Next, let us get into the numbers. So numbers, here you have numbers, right? So you wanted to make it these numbers to the different format. Okay, so let me make these numbers as a, so by default, based on the content, by default it will be general. If you wanted to convert that to the number format, yes, you can do that. And if you wanted to convert to the accounting currency format, yes, you can do that. If you wanted to add more currencies, more accounting formats, now I would like to add it as a INR, because we use INR, right? So let me select here INR. Okay, if we have rupee symbol, we can use that as well. Now it will show that my numbers have been converted from dollar pound to INR. So here we have various accounting formats which we can use it. If you wanted to convert to euros, euro symbol will appear. This is how you can format using the number format. So here we have long date, short date as well, right? For example, I have this date format. I would like to change this format to the long date format. So this is how my date format will be changed. If I wanted to have a short date format, I can change it. If you wanted to convert particular numbers to the percentage, you can use this percentage symbol. All your numbers will be converted to the percentage. Now I have these numbers, right? I would like to add separator with comma. I can click on this. So my numbers will be separator. 1000 separator is here, right? So earlier there is no separator here. Okay. If I insert comma, the separator with comma, you see here there is a space, I mean comma after 1041. Okay. Now if you wanted to increase decimals, okay, let me select this. If you wanted to increase number of decimals, you can increase it. Okay, let me show you. If you wanted to increase decimals, if you wanted to decrease decimals, that's up to you. Increase, decrease decimal options which we have. So these are the some of the commands which are available in number format. Number format. Now we will move on to the conditional formatting. So what are all the options available under conditional formatting, and where do we use it, how do we use it? We will go one by one. For example, let me take or go to the different sheet. So here I have my data, that is cap details, I have it. So now I would like to highlight, so what is mean by conditional formatting? So you wanted to format cells based on your condition, based on your customization. Now I would like to highlight operator bill whose operator bill is more than 500. So here under conditional formatting we have various options. Here if you see, we have highlight cells rules. We have greater than, less than, between, equals to, text that contains date occurring, duplicate values. So I'll show you few examples. Now I would like to highlight greater than 500. So whose computer bill is greater than 500? I'll put 500, and as soon as I put 500, it is highlighting some cells, right? Now let me select excluding the header. So I'll select greater than 500. Now which color you want? By default you have red light fill with dark red text. If you wanted to select any different color, you can select. We have some combinations here, you can choose it. Now if you want custom format, you can choose border. If you wanted to fill with different color, let me select. So where there is a amount greater than 500, all those cells being highlighted here. So this is the conditional formatting. Based on your requirement, you can highlight the cells. Now I would like to highlight greater than 500 anything, greater than, sorry, 1000 anything with different color. You can apply in the selected range, same range with different conditions. You see here, wherever there is above 500, all the cells have been highlighted with blue color, and wherever there is amount above 1000, all the cells have been highlighted with light green color. Similar way we have, if you wanted to highlight any text less than or equals to and in between. Now I would like to highlight some numbers in between, what do you say, 2000 to 5000, 2000 to 5000. I would like to highlight those numbers with dark green color. If I give OK, see here, wherever there are my numbers between 2000 to 5000, all those numbers being highlighted. Similar way, if you wanted to perform, see, data selection is must, as I said, right? And if you wanted to highlight top 10 items, there is another option called, okay, highlight cell rules. Here if you would like to highlight any number which is equals to 9 10, okay, all the 9 tens are the, wherever the number is equals to 9 10, only those cells will be highlighted. Similar way, if you wanted to highlight text that contains or date occurring or duplicate values. For example, here I have mobile numbers, right? Okay, I think we deleted. Here I have mobile numbers. So I will say some mobile numbers, I will duplicate it. Now I would like to highlight which are all the duplicates. This we regularly use it. Highlight duplicates. So wherever there are a duplicate numbers, all these numbers will be highlighted. And if you wanted to highlight in different color also, you can do that. Duplicates, highlight duplicates, yes. If you wanted to highlight duplicates, yes, select. If you want to have a red fill, if you wanted to have a custom for color, you can select it. Let me select this. Give OK. See, all the duplicates have been highlighted as fill of red. So similar way, under conditional formatting, we have various other options. If you wanted to highlight top 10, go and select top 10 items in that particular selected range. If you see here, the top 10 items have been highlighted. Similar way, if you wanted to highlight, what is say bottom 10, top 10 percentages above average, below average, we have other options. Like if you wanted to create a what is say gradient fill, you can create it. If you wanted to create a data bars, under data bars we have various options. If you want to create a solid fill, yes, you can create it. You see here, so it's like a based on the number, it will fill the background, I mean the cell fill will takes place. Now if you wanted to highlight equals, which I covered, then we have data bars and we have data scalars, we have icon sets. And if you wanted to create any new rule, you can select the data and create a new rule. And here we have given multiple criterias, right? Multiple conditional formatting. If you wanted to manage all the multiple conditional formattings, yes, you can select. See, these are all the multiple conditions which we have given. If you wanted to delete any particular rule, select here, just click on delete. Okay, if you wanted to edit any rule, you can edit it from here. That's up to you. Just apply, give. Now I have applied various conditional formattings. I would like to remove all the conditional formattings. Just click here, clear rules, whether you wanted to remove from the selected cells. So that means whatever the range you select, only from that range it will be removed. If you wanted to remove, clear all the rules from the entire sheet, you can remove it. So this is the beautiful option which is available under conditional formatting. Next, format as a table. I will show you that in the insert tab. Next, cell styles. We have various cell styles. We have it anyway. We don't usually use it. We go with the normal. If you want, you can use the cell styles. Next, we have insert, delete, format. I'll show you. I would like to insert few columns. How can we insert? Select here. Control Shift plus is the insert shortcut key for inserting a column. If you wanted to delete, control minus is the shortcut key to delete a particular or selected column. Now I wanted to insert two columns or three columns. Select three columns here. Always columns will be inserted in the left hand, I mean left side of your selected or active column, and always rows will be inserted top of your selected or active row. Control Shift plus. So I have inserted three columns. So I wanted to delete, control plus minus for deleting. First, how do we select entire column? So control space for selecting entire column. Now how can we select two columns? Shift arrow key. If you select, then control minus to delete columns. Now similar way, I wanted to add row. So I have selected a row, shift space for selecting a row. Now control shift plus for inserting a row. Now I want to insert 10 rows. So select 10 rows here with one click, control shift plus. So I can insert a how many rows you want, you can insert it. So how to select column, control space, how to select row, shift space for selecting row. Now I wanted to select multiple columns or multiple rows. So place a cursor, control space, and for selecting, and hold shift key and use the arrow key towards right to select number of columns you wanted to select. Next we have another option called fill series. So I will show you series where do we use that one. Before that, okay, let me insert a new sheet. Now I would like to add serial numbers. So I would like to add 1 2 3 4. I would like to add till 1000. So you can drag down as well like this. See what happens, 1000 if you have to drag down, sometimes it will go to 1100, sometimes it will stop under. This one it takes lot of time, but I do not want to do that. I will use the series option. There is a option called series. If you click on series, I want column wise starting number is 1 and ending number is 1000. If you give 10,000 it will get 10,000 also. See, 1000 numbers you got it. So how do we go to the last cell from current cell? Control down arrow, control down arrow to go to the last cell. If I wanted to go to the end of your text, okay, I am here, control right arrow, control down arrow, control left arrow, control up arrow. So it will take you end of your text, which I showed you in the presentation in the last video. So you can move from one place to another place using control and arrow keys. So that is where we use. And if you wanted to clear any formats, yes, you can clear it, clear all the formats. Yes, if you say that clear all the formats for the my selected data, my all formats will be clear. If you wanted to so clear everything, that will clear everything. And if you wanted to clear only formats, that will clear only formats. And if you wanted to clear any comments and notes, yes, comments and notes have been taken out. If you wanted to clear hyperlinks, in case if there are hyperlinks, I will show you how you can create hyperlinks within the Excel. So all those will be covered. Next option which we have is sorting. Anyway, I will explain under data tab. Next, find and replace. For example, I would like to find something. So here Bangalore, Mumbai, BI, Mumbai. I can see here it is moving, right. So there are 4 places. I wanted to uh, see find and replace Mumbai. Then I would like to, by default it will search within the sheet. Now if you wanted to search in the entire workbook, within the workbook in all the sheets, find all. See, this is these many places in the sheet 1 we have it in the 4 places, and sheet 2, see it will 17 cells have been found where it is matching exactly Mumbai. Okay, the same thing if you wanted to match with match case, so that will be the case sensitive alphabet. If it's alphabet it matches, if it's case sensitive, for example if I click this as case sensitive Mumbai, so I don't find anything. So that is how you can check it. And if you wanted to match the entire cell that contains, yes, you can see if the entire cell matches then only it will find it. So I have selected entire workbook. If you by default will have a sheet within the sheet. Now formats also we have it here. So if you wanted to match with based on the format, you can select which format you wanted to match. Then we have another option, replace. Now I wanted to replace my Mumbai with Bombay. So you want to replace in the sheet, yes, click on replace once. So this is how it will be replaced. If you are fine with it, you can replace all. So all the places it will be replaced. Now I wanted to do this replacement in all the sheets. Select workbook, replace all. In how many places it's been replaced, it is showing all done. We made 13 replacement. This is how it will show. So we mainly use it in case. Now I wanted to replace my Bombay with, okay, Bombay Maharashtra MH, and I wanted to make different format as well. So I will say fill with some color. I can do that as well. If you see here, replace and replace all the places it will be replaced with whatever the format I want and text as well. You got it? For example, I have a Delhi. I would like to highlight all the Delhi uh, with Delhi and format, different format you can choose whichever the format. With some color I would like to add. See here, replace all the Delhis have been uh, replaced with Delhi with some formats. So this is where we use the properties. So these are all the commands which are available under home button. So mainly page special, format painter, and fonts and alignments, numbering. We have styles under conditional formatting we learned, and we learned how to insert rows and commas, I mean rows and columns. So you can use this command as well to insert rows and comments. Okay, this I have selected, that is the reason it is picking up. And insert and delete, if you wanted to delete you can do that as well. And format, if you wanted to increase row height you can increase it here. So here I have this one, right? So I wanted to increase the row height to, okay, row height to 20. So that is how my row height will be increased. Similar way we have another option, increase column width. There is other option, visibility, hide, unhide. I will show you how we can do that. Rename sheet, this I will show you one by one. So these are the main commands which are available under home ribbon button. Next I will show you how can we rename the sheet and how can we hide unhide. For example, this particular data I would like to hide. Okay, I do not want to show these two columns. So you can click here, format, hide. So if you click, these columns will be hidden. If you wanted to unhide, so select here. So for hiding, shortcut key control plus 0 is the shortcut key to hide. Now if you wanted to unhide, you same place you go here, there is unhide option, right? Unhide columns. So whatever the columns you have hidden, those columns will be unhide. Okay. Next, default width, if you wanted to put it as a default width you can do that. And rename the sheet, so here we have various sheets, right? If you wanted to rename sheets you can click it and rename it. So cap details, you can also here click on it and you can rename it. Okay, so I'll say customer details. It's all about how you wanted to rename. I'll show you workbook structure as well. So here I would like to move from one sheet to another sheet. So I will use the control page up to go to the previous sheet from current sheet. Control page down, it will go to the next sheet from current sheet. So current sheet is sheet 8. I would like to go to sheet 3 now. Use the control page down. If you wanted to go back to the previous sheet, control page up. Now here if you see we have various different sheets, right? If you wanted to insert sheet, there is an option called click new sheet which will create a new sheet. Now I would like to color some of the sheets here. There is an option called color. You can color the sheets with various colors available. Okay, now I would like to, now we learned how to copy paste, okay, data selecting. Now I would like to copy paste the entire sheet. So how do we do that? Select here customer details, we have it, right? Just select here, there is an option called move or copy. Okay, before that we learned how to insert sheets. Okay, now worksheet, if you wanted to insert we can insert it, and if you wanted to delete we can delete it, and if you want to rename you can rename it. Now I would like to create a copy of this entire sheet. Just select here create a copy, that means within the workbook it will create a copy. You see here cap 2, the entire sheet has been created a copy, it's duplicated. Now I would like to create this in the new workbook. I would like to move this or create a copy to the new workbook. Select here, there is a to book. If you wanted to move this particular sheet to the any existing workbook, you can do that. Or if you wanted to create as a new workbook, you can just select it, click OK. That will be new workbook will be created and this particular sheet will be copied. Now I would like to move this original sheet itself. You can click here and where you wanted to move, let me move to the new workbook. Don't uncheck this one, don't check this one. If you don't check, your original sheet will be moved here completely from this workbook to another workbook. So it is creating, you see here cap details. If you go back to the other sheet, other workbook, here see that is completely moved from that workbook to new workbook. So this is how you can use move and copy options. So here also you have a particular sheet. If you wanted to hide, you can hide it. If you wanted to hide, just right click on it, hide option is there. If you wanted to unhide, right click on it, there is an option called unhide. Now I wanted to put my company name in multiple sheets. So how can we do that? I can select all the sheets. So I'll come to insert, I will insert, then my company name, I will put XYG Limited. I would like to make that as center and alignment. Let me make it to the 20 and bold. Let me highlight it in some different color. Now unselect, ungroup everything. Now if you see, each and every sheet my company name is being added. Okay, if you wanted to perform any particular command in all the sheets, how you have to do, select all sheets. Now you do it in the all the sheets, whatever the changes you are going to do, that will be done in the all the sheets. Ungroup now. Now if you wanted to unhide, you can unhide sheets. If any sheets have been hidden, then only you can unhide. If sheets are not hidden, you cannot unhide. These are the some of the options which are available under home ribbon button. In the next video, we are going to cover insert, which are all the commands available under insert button. Thank you. Thanks for watching.